IsoJect, ultra pure whey isolate, featuring advanced protein enzyme release technology, only from Evogen Nutrition.
Growing up in a household that demanded perfection and demanded success, growing up from the age of 4 or 5 years old playing sports, my dad drilled me hard at the fact of becoming an athlete, and becoming the best and living up to my potential, and never allowing myself to accept defeat, never to allow myself to believe that I couldn't accomplish something. Your success is a reflection of the work you put in. I will never let somebody stand across from me and in my heart believe that they're going to be better than me or beat me. Because in my opinion, we're cut from the same cloth. We're both men. We both got heart, we both got brain, we both got eyes. We got the same qualities, the same attributes. It's just a matter of who's going to apply them the best and who's going to come out on top. It's all within the mind, and I'm a firm believer in that. That's why I feel I've become successful, because I don't allow doubt to even enter my mind. So my days are pretty uniform when I'm on prep. Every single morning I get up between 6:45 and 7:15 to get started for my cardio. First thing I do is I get up, take my Carnigen, and I take my K.E.M along my life aside to get started with my day. I walk over the 24-hour fitness across the street. I get on the stair climber fasted, and I crank out about 30 to 45 minutes of cardio. Egg whites, chicken, and oatmeal is my first meal of the day. About a cup of egg whites, 4 ounces of chicken, and about a half cup of oatmeal. Sometimes 3/4, depending on where my carbs are at for that day. This is my pre-workout meal. Usually I'll do a little more carbs right before my meal, so I'll go about 6 ounces of sweet potato or 3/4 cup of carbs, and again, probably tilapia. Sometimes I do salmon right before my workout. When my carbs are low, my only energy source is I'm really pulling from is my fat, so I definitely feel the increase in fats and my energy levels increase, the pumps increase. I feel a lot harder when I do increase my fats. I usually let that digest about 20-30 minutes, and I'll do my pre-workout, of course, EVP Plus. I do EVP at nighttime. It's an unstimulated one if I'm training at nighttime. Usually I've been training midday, so I've been sticking with EVP Plus. So the last 8 to 10 weeks I've been adding Carnigen to my pre-workout to get more of a fat burning property from my pre-workout supplement. So by taking that before I train, it helps with it helps keep my core temperature up. I'm able to sweat a lot quicker in the gym. My body is able to get a pump a little bit faster. And it also helps my concentration with the acetyl-L-carnitine in there. It just really helps with the focus in the gym. Helps me get my mind and muscle connection going. Really awesome product, gets you heated up, get your pump going real quick. So during my workout, my intra-workout supplements usually change throughout prep, just depending on where my body's at. In my off season, I load up on GlycoJect. I do 2 scoops of GlycoJect, a scoop of K.E.M, and I'll sip on that throughout my workout to really keep me full, keep my muscle glycogen restored throughout the workout. The last few weeks, I've cut the glyco out. I've been sticking to K.E.M, really just trying to dial in my conditioning, get nice and tight. Immediately after I train, the first thing I do, even before I go do my cardio, my post-workout cardio, is I grab a scoop of K.E.M, I take my K.E.M right away, and I do 1 scoop of IsoJect. This is just gonna get the protein into the muscle right away. It's a fast delivery protein, so it's gonna hit my muscles real quick, and that's gonna sustain me throughout my cardio. And then I'm gonna go home right afterwards and get my post-workout meal in, which is gonna be about 7 ounces of chicken or fish, and again, about 4 to 6 ounces of sweet potatoes right now. My parents weren't all for the bodybuilding thing when I first started out, so I had to turn them into believers in the sport and doing what I'm doing. So seeing their support will increase over the course of the last few years, especially after coming out on top in 2014. They've been amazing. They've been my #1 fans. They've been my biggest support group, and they love it. They love everything that's come along with it. They love going out in public and getting stopped by random people that recognize them being my dad or my mom. They love going to the stores and looking at the magazines, and they're probably more in the sport than the majority of people are. My parents are so up to date on everything. My mom and dad are on social media. They know who and what is doing what, who looks which way, who's doing what show. It's pretty funny because my dad and I grew up, my mom as well was very involved in all my sports growing up. So seeing them get so excited about what I'm doing now, it's pretty special, and to have their support is very special, and I'm glad I'm able to make them proud. Social media has helped my personal brand in many ways. It's given me a huge platform to operate off of. It's really enabled me to have a huge outreach to hundreds of thousands of people. It's cool to be able to see the influence I have on the other athletes and the younger generation, even people that are older than me, to see the effect I've had on them. I've had multiple people come up to me and tell me I've changed their life just by watching the stuff I do on social media. People come to me, lost over 150 pounds. They started in the gym. They they just done things to help improve themselves based off some of the stuff they've seen me do, and that means a lot. Do I feel pressure from social media, and how do I deal with the haters? There's always going to be people out there trying to take the person at the top down. I've dealt with this stuff all my life, and you know, it's just another thing I gotta take on to get to the top. So if anything, they feel me, and every time I see someone talk smack, it pushes me a little harder in the gym. So I thank you guys. Keep hating. This whole past year and a half, 2 years has really been about getting our website off the ground, JeremyBuendiaFitness.com, which is finally now up and live. It's been up for about a month now. It's been a work in progress. Me and my team have been putting a lot of work in over the past year and a half, 2 years of gathering content and just really putting together a high quality website that I'm proud of. And you know, what we put together with the Olympia prep series and all the other how-to videos and all instructional videos, we got so much information on there, and I'm just really happy to be able to share this with everybody. So anybody that has an opportunity to go check out JeremyBuendiaFitness.com, go ahead and check it out, because there's a lot of good stuff on there, and I definitely feel you can benefit from it in more ways than one. One of my most favorite quotes is, if success becomes your only option, failure becomes irrelevant. And that's something I live by. I don't even put failure in my mind, because the moment you stick that in your head, it becomes an option. And that's not an option in my book. Winning is the option.